Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hello, I'm Sandeep Ranavre. I'm based in Australia, Melbourne. Today, we are going to talk about Disciplined Agile Toolkit overview. Uh, I have got 19 years of industry experience. I'm Senior Agile Coach and Founding Director of Agility Academy. I have got with me Remote. Hi, Remote. Thanks for joining from Netherlands. We are working together
Yes,
since long time. So he is going to help me by moderating few questions if you are sharing those on a LinkedIn live stream. So feel free to pop up questions on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, where currently this is getting live stream. Agenda for today's session is to understand what this discipline agile is all about. People might have heard about it, but quite not sure. So we are going to understand about this entire discipline agile toolkit, and after that, there is something which I'm going to share with you with regard to how, as an agile professional, if you want to explore this discipline agile toolkit in different roles, like a senior scrum master, agile coach, agile consultant, or even agile project manager, what are those learning pathways? What things we can explore through formal learnings, sessions, or training and workshops? So let's get started with this. So when we talk about any framework or when we talk about any change, first and foremost thing which comes to your mind is okay, why you need to do it and what is the reason behind it. So Discipline Agile has got this unique approach wherein they have got quite importantly more focus on the Discipline Agile mindset. And when we talk about mindset, essentially what Discipline Agile believes or talks about is principles. So there are 8 principles which you can see here on the screen: delight customers, be awesome, context counts, be pragmatic, so on and so forth. These principles are philosophical foundation of business agility. And entire discipline agile toolkit is based on both lean as well as flow concepts. So expectation is that whenever you are incorporating changes and helping teams as well as organization embrace agility to deliver those outcomes which customers and business stakeholders are looking for, you always follow these principles. Next thing is all about promises. So expectation is that if you are following discipline agile as a mindset while delivering things, you always try to fulfill all those promises which are mentioned here, and these promises are made not just to your customer or to your business stakeholders, but these promises are also made by team members to each other. My personal favorite one is the first, which is here: create psychological safety and embrace diversity. Because unless you have that psychological safety where people can come and talk with each other without feeling judged, you won't be able to truly get benefit from diverse views and have culture when people are collaboratively working towards delivering value. Last aspect of discipline agile mindset is guidelines. So these guidelines like validate learnings, apply design thinking, they have been clearly articulated in a such a way that if as a team or as an organization, if you are embarking on business agility journey, uh, you always want to find effective ways of working which is contextualized based on the enterprise context, based on type of problem or type of product on which teams members are working. And ways of working is something which need to be evolved, which need to be improved. So these guidelines help any team or program or even organization to move or from one level of a ways of working maturity to another level. So in summary, principles, promises, and guidelines are the at the heart of a disciplined agile mindset, and they should guide anyone while embarking on business agility journey. Now let's quickly have a look at this 2-minute video in which founder of Discipline Agile, both Mark Lyons as well as Scott Amler, has talked about what is this Discipline Agile toolkit is and how it is different from any agile framework. Predominantly in the market, Scrum, Scale Agile framework are used. Now how Discipline Agile toolkit addresses those challenges which are faced when someone is just looking at one particular framework without understanding the context. So let me play this 2-minute video.
Disciplined Agile is unique.
It's not another method, it's not another framework. It's a toolkit, a hybrid of existing agile strategies that are being brought together, made easy to use so that you can pick the strategies that make sense to you so that you can customize your way of working for your situation. Your organization very likely has teams in different situations. You'll have small teams, you'll have large teams, you'll have project teams, you'll have non project teams, maybe a long standing product team, for example. You'll have teams that face regulatory concerns. Some of these teams will have people working from home, some will have people working from around the world. The implication is that you need a process toolkit that enables your teams to choose the right way of working for the situation that they face. And this is exactly what Disciplined Agile is all about. Disciplined Agile can be used in many different kinds of situations. You can use it on pure Agile projects, you can use it on hybrid projects. We provide a selection of life cycles, lean life cycles, Scrum life cycles, continuous delivery, many different flavors, hundreds of strategies, and we provide you guidance to understand which ones work in which situation. Therefore, it will increase your chances of success. The other great use of Disciplined Agile is that if you're struggling with your method or your framework, you can use the toolkit and the strategies inside it to help improve your situation. So start where you are. You don't have to start over again. Whatever you're currently doing, use the toolkit to help you improve your situation. Disciplined Agile is often adopted by organizations that have either undergone a agile transformation or at least are attempting or struggling with an agile transformation. And very often, an interesting lesson that these organizations have learned is that one process size does not fit all. So they've tried to adopt Scrum across all of their teams or SAFe across all of their teams. And even though these are great frameworks, they don't apply to all situations. Disciplined Agile is different because we embrace the idea that teams will work in different ways, and we help you to choose your own way of working, to choose your wow, and in order to tailor your approach to meet the context of the situation you face.
So that's all about Discipline Agile Toolkit uh, overview. So as Mark and Scott were mentioning, it's a toolkit. It's not another framework. Uh, there's nothing wrong with existing frameworks. Everything is fit for the purpose. And while applying agility in any organization at any team level, one thing which needs to be kept in mind is context. One thing which needs to be kept in mind is, okay, what are those constraints? What problem we are trying to solve? And based on that, we should pick and choose what makes sense. At high level, if you want to summarize Discipline Agile, it's a toolkit which will help you to achieve your goals by understanding and by leveraging existing frameworks. There are six Agile delivery life cycles, as you can see on the screen. Uh, Traditionally, many organizations who want to scale at a team level, they might choose to go with the most popular team level agile framework, which is Scrum. So you might have agile life cycle, Scrum based project life cycle, wherein team members might be following all those principles and all those things which are mentioned in Scrum, but they might not be able to deliver value incrementally at the end of every sprint. Typically, this happens when you have got a fixed budget, you have got a fixed timeline, and at the end of the day, you aren't be able to deliver anything in a big incrementally. So you might be investing your time and effort to create that platform and deliver everything at the end of 3 months or 6 months. But uh, at a team level, you might choose to follow all those Scrum ceremonies. You might also follow all those Scrum cadences and have regular checking. Next one is a lean size life cycle, which is Kanban based. Uh, Something similar to what usually done in a Kanban environment. It's a more pull based system rather than push based system. Continuous delivery, agile life cycle, and lean life cycle. These are the purest version of Scrum and Kanban life cycles, where the expectation is that work is delivered continuously. So at the end of every sprint, every iteration, you are able to ship product increment. Same thing with the Kanban. As and when things are ready, you are not constrained by the organizational policies to deliver things to customers. So you are able to deliver things as soon as those are ready. Last two are quite interesting one. The second last one, exploratory or the lean startup. Those who have read the book The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. So this life cycle is on basis of the lean startup philosophy, wherein You are not sure what customers are looking for, so everything is an experiment. So you'll be writing an experiment, you will be running that experiment, understanding whether that experiment is delivering expected outcome, and or whether based on that outcome you will either continue working in similar direction, you'll persevere, or you'll pivot, you'll explore something else. And last one is the program life cycle for team of teams or groups. In Spotify model, people keep on talking about tribes. If you are following SAFe, Scale Agile framework, you might be calling it as a really agile release train. So this model, this life cycle can be applied wherein your expectation is that 5 to 12 teams need to work together in order to deliver large solution increment. So again, based on your context, based on your maturity, based on type of problem your teams are trying to solve, you can pick up one of those six agile delivery life cycles. Now, how you can do it, and that's something which is discovered and covered in this Discipline Agile Toolkit. Now, before we go and look at different aspects of how you can find out which life cycle fit for your team or your program or your organization, let's quickly have a look at evolution paths of Discipline Agile delivery life cycles. There's nothing right or wrong. If you work in an environment where there is a lot of bureaucracy, skills are quite scarce, you whenever things needs to be delivered, like constructing a building or constructing a bridge, you can't have incremental deliveries. You can't deliver something which can be used. Whereas certain things are more predictive. In such cases, your team or your organization might choose for those particular type of work to follow traditional waterfall model. Whereas it always makes sense to evolve your ways of working. If you see opportunity wherein things are new work is arriving often, you can't plan things well in advance. uh, in such cases you might go ahead with a lean approach, or in another cases you want to embark on the journey on agility and you want to break those big rocks into small chunks rather than delivering everything after 1 or 2 years. You want to deliver at least one thing at the end of every quarter. Then you can go ahead with agile approach, where incremental delivery will be done, but that might not be continuously. But ultimate goal of progressing through this different life cycle is to deliver value to customer as soon as possible given constraints. Now, if you are starting journey and you want to scale at a different levels, so Discipline Agile has come up with different approaches. So this agility at scale at team level, this particular chart will help you to understand at the current situation from different angles. As I was mentioning earlier, there are six Discipline Agile delivery life cycles. Once you dig deeper, understand and learn more about Discipline Agile, you'll be able to understand, okay, which goal-based approach or process can be applied. Now, at this particular stage, what we are trying to understand is if you are going to form a team and you want to understand the entire landscape rather than just looking at what is happening in the organization or what is happening in different area, you want to come up with a context driven approach. And that's where you need to look into all those factors. So how big is the team? Are we talking about team made of 8 to 10 team members? Are we talking about team which is going to be co-located, probably working in the same time zone? Is this team going to be someone who is readily available? That skill set is readily available. We don't need to go and look out in the market. Type of problem which we are going to solve is that a niche problem, complex problem, domain, whether someone has got expertise working in that particular domain. And compliance, are we working in highly regulated environment when we need to put a lot of focus on having formal processes and compliance requirements to be met. So using this particular approach, you can define your ways of working at a team level by understanding the context, by understanding what is the ground reality. So just to give as an example, if I work in a team wherein the problem which I'm solving is a pretty complex problem, it need to be integrated or big solution. There are a few compliance requirements, and then team might be spread across multiple time zones. Someone might be in Asia Pacific, someone might be in Europe, and then organizational structure. I might have a few suppliers, third party vendors who are contributing In such cases, if I arrive at situations wherein selection is like this, then I might prefer program delivery life cycle, which is team of teams, when I have got more than 100 people who need to get involved. So I'll go ahead and have scale agile framework safe as a one of those delivery life cycle. Or if it happens that work which I'm doing is quite niche, a lot of experiments needs to be done, then I will go and rather than just assuming that Scrum or Kanban is the right way of delivery, I will go and use Lean Startup exploratory life cycle. So that's how you can use Discipline Agile Toolkit to define ways of working at team level. Uh, Quite often, people assume that one size fits all and try to implement Scrum at all levels across all teams, or think that safe is the fit for purpose for all solutions, without understanding what is the reason or what is the goal. So Discipline Agile has got this approach wherein everything is looked through process goals, and at every stage there are different process goals defined. So if you are forming a team as an agile leader, let's say agile delivery manager, or agile coach, or senior scrum master, or portfolio manager, if you are forming a team, you might want to look at different aspects. So goal is forming a team, and then you can look at different options or decision points, like how you want to form a team, what is going to be size, how should be structured. And then on right side you have got different options. So Discipline Agile provides different process goals, wherein you have got multiple options available, you have got multiple decision points, and for each of those options there are trade-offs which you can explore. So whenever you are making decision, it's a more conscious decision based on the fact, based on the ground reality, rather than assuming that you can one size fit all, or you can paint everyone in same brush using same brush. So that was at a team level. When it comes to organizational level, this is one pager. If you are curious to know, okay, what are different levels, how Discipline Agile can support you to bring in agility across organization, then you can see that at foundation you have got principles, guidelines, and then different life cycles, value stream. We aren't going to talk in detail about this. Probably we'll have this topic explore more in upcoming next session. But at high level, if you want to define value stream, if you want to understand how at enterprise level business agility can be implemented using Discipline Agile as a toolkit, there are different ways which are listed. I'm big fan of reading books. So in case if you are curious to know more, there are different approaches, different ways through which you can learn. Uh, one cheap and cost-effective ways, but time-consuming ways, reading books. So you can read this book, Choose Your Wow. It's available, for a few bucks, and that covers discipline agile delivery in detail. But not always you have got patience, and you have got time to go through book. Sometimes it's easier to understand things by having learning through industry experts, and that's where you might want to take a step back and understand, okay, where do I stand? So Discipline Agile has come up with the agility journey roadmap, wherein you can understand based on your current experience where do you stand. If you are new to agile, if you are seasoned professional but never worked in agile environment, you might want to do Discipline Agile Scrum Master course, wherein basics of agile and Discipline Agile toolkit, including all those 6 delivery life cycles, principles, promises, guidelines will be covered. So for this, expectation is that you don't need to have any agile experience. It's a couple of days course. Next one is Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master. If you have done CSM, PSM, or acted as a Scrum Master, or worked in an agile environment, agile team as a leader, or senior team member for a couple of years, you can do this Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master course, and I'm going to share more details about it shortly. Uh, this is quite interesting course, wherein even though title says Senior Scrum Master, it is suitable for any senior team leader, because as you have seen, Discipline Agile goes beyond Scrum, and Scrum is one of the life cycle. Recently, Discipline Agile has added these two advanced or expert level courses, Discipline Agile Coach and Discipline Agile Value Stream Consultant. Focus for these two courses is quite unique and different. Coaching, if you want to act as an agile coach and help team grow using Discipline Agile Toolkit, then you can explore this course. This course is run more in a workshop format. Disciplined Agile Value Stream Consultant. This is a unique course. I don't think any other organization offers Value Stream Consultant course. Here, focuses more on how organization can accelerate value delivery by using Disciplined Agile as a toolkit. Now, again, for doing these expert level courses, prerequisite is that you should be DASSM or Disciplined Agile Senior Scrum Master certified, with the expectation that okay, you know the toolkit, you have spent enough time and energy to understand Discipline Agile landscape. Now you want to take the next step, then probably you can go and explore these two advanced certifications. So this is the roadmap. Again, just to quickly summarize, you can be experienced agilist. In such cases, you might want to do Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master. If you want to progress further, go beyond couple of teams or team of teams, then you can do Discipline Agile Coach, wherein you can explore different ways, tools, techniques to bring in business agility, and after that, DAVSC. So that's how you can continue your journey and explore more. Uh, if you are curious, if you are keen to learn more formally, then there are a couple of learning opportunities coming by end of this year. I will highly encourage you to make best use of these. So both these opportunities are over weekend. uh, in this Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master course, what you are actually going to do is you are going to explore that entire Discipline Agile toolkit and then understand how that can help you to deliver better outcome. You can find details about this course here. There's a link, there's a QR code. I will share these details in chat window shortly as well. Now let me quickly talk about learning outcomes from this Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master course. So this is not course where you will be looking into Scrum as a framework. This is not a course where you will be looking at one specific approach. Uh, Expectation is that when you go in this particular course, you are already aware of few of the frameworks like Scrum, Kanban, so on and so forth. Now, how you can use Discipline Agile Toolkit to come up with the agile planning approaches, or how you can come up with the different agile reporting at the team level, program level, portfolio level. What metrics should be considered? What should be your strategy when it comes to reporting outcomes based on a different type of metrics? If you are one who is asked or given challenge to set up a new team, how you can support those teams by leveraging emotional intelligence, by leveraging different effective conflict resolution techniques. Uh, Also, if you work in a complex environment where you need to interact with different stakeholders who might not be just part of your team or your program, how you can use various techniques to optimize your ways of working while delivering the value. So this is a quite rich course in which you will learn a lot, and probably if you have to pick up one course wherein you can gain more practical knowledge, I will highly recommend doing this one. And once you do this course, you have got 60 days to give exam. Once you pass exam, then to continue your journey, you might choose to go ahead and do Discipline Agile Coach or Value Stream Consultant course. So that's pretty much what we have got for today. I think we are doing pretty good with the time. Remote, do we have any questions, or have you got any question?
Hi, Sandeep. It was very clear in your presentation. I think I don't see any questions yet. So I think it's all clear for everybody at this point. And there is a lot to learn, I think, and the way of working can help you with it. So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. So absolutely, and in fact, I can share, since we have got a couple of minutes more, I can share my experience while working as a senior agile coach. I got opportunity to coach one big program, and in that program, when we started this journey, at the start, it was more about having that collaboration, having that clarity across multiple teams, because we could see that team members were working without understanding how those small pieces will fit together when it comes to delivering solution. And that's when we embark on a journey, and we got those around 12 teams working together by following safe as a framework, scale agile framework. Over a period of time, as those teams become mature, we realize that okay, probably we want to optimize our ways of working and we need to go beyond what's there. And that's when we incorporated certain elements of lean and kanban, and we start shifted focus towards throughput, shifted focus towards cycle time, lead time, and understanding okay how things can be delivered faster. Then we reach a stage wherein the platform which we are creating got stable, and eventually we broke that particular release train into small groups, and then they started doing monthly planning rather than quarterly planning. So that's all about improving your ways of working, understanding what makes sense based on your context rather than just thinking oh, there's only one way to achieve outcome. And that's the philosophy behind discipline agile as well. Discipline agile says that context counts. You need to be enterprise aware, you need to understand what is the fit for the purpose, and take everyone on the journey by tackling those challenges which are faced day in day out. So
Thanks.
cool. So, just to reiterate, you can explore more learning opportunities on agilityacademy.com.au. Here is a QR code where you can find course details of upcoming Discipline Agile Senior Scrum Master, course. We have got one happening at the end of this week, over weekend, and another one just before Christmas break. Uh, Feel free to reach out to me. My WhatsApp call number is also mentioned here. I'll be more than happy to help you and guide you in your agile journey. One more last thing, we have decided to have these sessions regularly. So next session will be in a week or two's time, and in that session we are going to cover different change management strategies for agile leaders. Quite often when you embark on agile journey, there's a lot of pushback. Team members are not sure how to tackle those changes, or even senior stakeholders might not be on board. So Enterprise Agility University has come up with a change management strategy. So we are going to talk a bit more in detail in upcoming session. So stay tuned.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. And get in touch with me if you need any help. More than happy to support. And thank you very much for joining so early from Netherlands. Have a
Yeah.
wonderful day.
No problem.
Thank you.
See you next
Have a good one.
time.
See ya. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.